Yo, what's up? Uh-oh, I don't have VTube Studio open. How did I miss that? No, this is fine. Don't worry about this. Nothing is wrong here. Well, at least the hyper shaders up. You can see what's happening now with that. No, this is fine. Don't worry about this. We're fine. Okay, anyway, as this is getting up and running here, just ignore what's in the bottom right of your screen. It's fine. Don't worry about the scuff. Yeah, no, this scuff that you're seeing, don't worry about any of it. You see, we're fine. We're good. See? We're fine. Nothing bad ever happened. So, today, we have, as you can see, a UV map. This is what a UV map looks like. And behind that, on another monitor, wait, what the? Oi. There we go. Jeez. You can see we've got the model. She's ready for UV mapping. Woo! She's all split up. Everything is, you know, torn apart where we were last week. So, now, something I did a little research on was creating multiple texture maps for a singular model. And the reason for this, and this is a bit of an experiment for me, is so I don't have to try and cram everything into a single square. Like, normally all of this would have to fit in one. And I'm kind of going, okay, but why? I mean, in days past, we would have to do this. But we're not in those days anymore. That's not a thing anymore. As always, I went to do some searching, and as it turns out, using multiple texture maps is a thing. So I've got mine split up into 3 currently. We're gonna split it between 1 for the head. We may split a piece for the face. I'm not sure. We probably will, just for the future, for when there's an actual face. And then there's one for the rest of the body. And so now, I need to set this up. And then after that, we're going to go into Clip Studio, and we're going to start drawing. Because while the shader will take care of most things, there are still a couple pieces that will need to be hand painted. And that's what the job is gonna be. We're gonna hand paint stuff. Basically, whatever the cell shading is not going to deal with. So, I'm actually gonna switch where these are on my monitor, because otherwise I'm going to get incredibly lost. All right. So I can see which piece goes where. So these 2 pieces, I'm going to go ahead and right click, and you guys can't see this, but I'm going to send it copy to the face. So now we're on the face sheet. This is the face sheet. And the goal here is to lay this out as good as we can. So this lets me check something called texel density. Just effectively how much space and like how high resolution is something on this thing. I want to try and fill up each map as much as I can. It's kind of the goal. So you'll see me toggle that checkerboard on and off throughout the day. But let me take a second, say hi to everybody. I kind of launched in here. I'm a bit excited to work with this, but I hope everybody's having a good Friday. We're at the end of the week. Coming into the weekend, let's go. You've all made it. You've all made it. Congrats. Let me go ahead and pull out the optimize tool here. trying to make sure like the squares are all consistent throughout the model. Everything's optimized. Looks like this one's good. So I'm gonna go ahead and go to this. I'm gonna select everything. Going to copy to the body set. And then delete these two. Now if I go back, now what's cool about this is I can toggle the face set. And it's bam, look at that. It's all working out. How I'm gonna plug this all into Unreal is something I'm gonna have to look up, but I imagine this is just the start. So this is the tail. I may change how this is unwrapped because this feels weird. It's all stretched. It's very bizarre. The dress is okay, but it's definitely not straight or consistent all the way around. It'll be a pain to work with if I leave it as it is. There's only so much the optimization tool is gonna give me. So this is where things kind of get tedious, and we're gonna spend a lot of our time, which is just correcting various UV pieces. I'm gonna throw these over here because these are head-related pieces, as are these. So we're gonna throw all of this over here. I'll probably throw this in with the head as well, just to save on space. This is the interior, as I recall. This is this piece right here. I'm trying to figure out like what everything is at the moment and then go from there. The weird thing about this is like because of the consistency of parts, I don't want to go messing around. I have to find a good balance between making something workable and then also what is this? This is just a weird piece. Is this even workable? I'm gonna figure that out later. I need to strike a good balance between something I can work with in Clip Studio and then something that isn't gonna break with its like pixel consistency. First thing is definitely though, the first thing is this tail. I'm gonna attempt something here. I don't want to mess with the width at all. Stop messing with me. Nope, not that. This. Okay, so yeah, right now this is gonna look bizarre. Because right now the base is getting a lot more action than the end. Okay, there we go. Kind of put it in a darkened state so it's like it's not hurting all of our eyes, but I can kind of keep it on to see what I'm doing. So I need to... Oh, interesting. So this isn't messing with anything. I'm gonna go and do transform. Well, that's not working. Hang on. I'm looking for a specific button. That's not the button I was looking for. I've got a whole set of controls here up on the right that I don't think you guys can see. No, you guys can't see all of these controls. Hang on. Okay, you still can't perfectly see them. So here, let me do this. And then I'm mostly working off on the center of the screen anyway, so here you go. I'm trying to... Tools... Let's try this again. No, that's not gonna be it. Straighten UV... Okay, yeah, that'll... Align and snap. There we go. This is what I wanted. So align to the left. Align to the left. I'm just gonna keep aligning to the left here and then excluding the center point. It's been a while since I've UV'd. Again, I've only got like 3 completed models under my belt. 2 people models and then an object model. Actually, technically 4, 3 people, but 1 will never see the light of day because it was pretty bad. Oh, hang on. I've messed up a little bit. No, that's right. It's starting to get really condensed. Once everything's aligned, it's gonna take some finagling. Cause yeah, look at that. So, yeah, that's not at all correct. Okay, that's significantly just better. Forget what I was trying to do. Oh, gosh. Now, is it perfectly straight? The answer is no. However, what's important here is that everything's square. I don't want elongated pieces because that stretches textures, so I want everything to be as, like, square as possible. Rectangles are not approved here. This is a no rectangle zone. This is a square zone. We like squares. And the pieces that are most valuable get the most space on the texture sheet. And they'll get the most amount of squares. I'll probably look up ways to improve my UV mapping in time. Edit. Can I flip it? Actually, hang on. Flip. So yeah, if I could flip this over, that would be fantastic. There we go. The problem is these arms aren't these arms should be perfectly the same. There should be nothing different between these two arms. So why are they different? Somebody want to explain this one to me? Why are you two different? It's just the odd cut. Holy wow. That's gonna cause all sorts of issues. No, no, no. Don't straighten it. Let me look up something here real quick. I'm trying to figure something out. Oh boy. Okay, well I guess I don't have to. It doesn't have to be perfect. The only thing now is getting it all on the same sheet. So these are shoe-related items. This is the waist. What happens if I hit straighten? It gets weird. It gets weird and I shouldn't do it. That's what I'm seeing. What I'm seeing is it gets incredibly weird, incredibly fast, and I should not do it. All right. Sounds good. We're not gonna repeat that. Where are these? Where are these pieces? These pieces are over here. Got them up here. What is this? This is the underside of the hand. Unfold, please. I get the feeling this is all hand-related items. Yes, all 4 of these are hand related. Okay. So this is head. These are all head related pieces. These are legs. I'll see if I can throw these in here too. Because like this is supposed to be like a head layer, but I'll see if I can squeeze other pieces in there too. Because I doubt I need the whole map. I'm trying to find the texture reference I'm looking. I'm trying to find like the hand on it. Unless you know what you're looking for, it's super hard to find these things. I have no idea. I straight up have no idea. All right. Well, we're gonna play this by ear then. Okay, so this is one of those cases where I can go ahead and take UVs. And start lining them up. Basically, saving space on my sheet. No, don't do that. The lower line that needs to come up, but it's all about this. Wait, what? I don't want the actual vert. I just want the UV. I know it's technically the same vert. You don't need to tell me that, Maya. Trust me, I know. Okay, cool. So, now they both fit in the same shell. They will take from the same texture spot, and it saves me space. Look at that! Now, the cool thing here is that we get to do the same thing over here because the shoes are identical. There's not a break of symmetry here. Where's my... Oops. Did that even work? I don't think that worked. That didn't exactly work. It came really close, though. Let me hit Control S here really fast. I am trying so hard. Alright, well, I guess I'm doing this the hard way. Can I lock? I want to be able to, like, lock one of these. Actually, wait. Can I do this for, like, individual UVs? The answer is no, but I certainly tried. Let's see. Oh, I got nothing. We're doing this the hard way. Fudge it. We are merging these together though. This is gonna be the next little bit here. We are doing effectively grunt work here. But you know what? That's fine. It means we get to chill out. We get to sit and relax. Get to spend some quality time together. We're just chilling out. It's a chill Friday. And you know what? That's awesome. We just get to hang out, spend some time together. We worked hard this week, you know? Imagine everybody's done something they're proud of. Feel free to share. Or just something, you know, something good that happened this week. What's important is that you made it to the end. Hopefully you've got a couple of days of relaxation ahead of you. Or that is coming in your future. And I hope it is. Everybody deserves to get some good rest. Every once in a while, you know. Have a nice day off. Just take some time to yourself. It's important. Just having a day where you can de-stress, not worry about the craziness of life, and just do what you want. Like, whatever you're in the mood to do, ignoring whatever, you know, you think you might need to get done, you just do. You just have a little fun. Life can be a lot. It's important to take those, you know, moments off when you can. Even if you know, you can't take an entire day off. Just like take an hour for yourself. I know I kind of did that last night after I was done with everything and my brain kind of fried. I finally started watching a new Blackrock Shooter anime. It's been how long since that has come out, and it's like I'm only just now getting to it. But it's felt good. It's... I don't know how many BRS fans there are, because, you know, it's old, and I feel like as well known as it is, it's also kind of a bit niche. I wouldn't go so far as to say cult fandom, but it almost feels that way. I could be totally wrong though. But still, it feels more like the game did than the anime did. Like, it doesn't feel like a Huke product, which makes sense given that, you know, he didn't really have a lot to do with it. But it still kind of has that some like similar vibes, which I would kind of expect that when you're starting to put a property in other people's hands, you know, letting them kind of take the lead with a bit more hands off from the original creator. So it's like everything feels a bit off, but in a good way. It's like, how do I put this? It's like it's like a fan project. That's how I put it last night to myself. This is a high budget fan project. And you know what? I'm totally here for it. Because there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. It's something different. Taking the ideas and running with it. Is it completely different? Is it not even running along similar themes? I couldn't tell you. There's enough similar that, you know, it feels relatively close, but there's also a lot that's different where it definitely feels like something new. I like it though. I'm having fun with it. I will say we've had one antagonist that's I'm not even sure what to take from that guy. That guy was weird. I guess our first like major antagonist was a, I don't even know, dude. It was creepy. It was creepy as all freaking heck. I don't think it was necessary to go that far, but I guess he was cartoonishly villainy in a way that almost reminded me of like something along the lines of Mad Max, but just like dialed up way too high. But I like what they've been doing with all of the characters. It's like you can tell that everybody's different to fit the new world, but it's like at their core, there's a lot of the same elements. Deadmaster's very close with Blackrock Shooter. Strength has this kind of dual personality going on, which, like, I mean, originally, you know, she was 2 characters in one when she got developed in like for the anime instead of the OVA. And they managed to recapture that, but just in a single character this time. And honestly, I love it. The way that they played that is beautiful, and it still feels like Strength. Everybody still like feels the same, even though it's in a completely different world. Even if like the visual aesthetics, you know, are a bit different, the characters still feel like themselves, and I feel like that's the biggest, most important piece. You can't always recapture somebody else's aesthetic just because everybody's taste and the way they visually create things is always going to be slightly different. You can get people who can get really, really close. And I feel like, you know, they went with something similar, but they ultimately, like, did their own thing. They just wanted the characters to feel the same, which Or just like, you know, close parallels, which they've succeeded in. They've done a really nice job with that. And like, I super appreciate it. It still feels like I'm interacting with everybody. Or just watching everybody, you know, develop along the same ways. Granted, a lot of character arcs are kind of being rushed and hand-waved, so it's not like actual character development's happening. I would say character development has been like the weakest part, but that's not really what I'm here for anyway, so it's still a weakness. You can definitely still heavily criticize that, but that's fine. I think the new characters are like the strongest addition for potential character development. The original BRS cast doesn't feel like they can grow. Like you can set up arcs for them to potentially grow, but I don't feel like that's been done. So it's like, let all the growth happen with the side characters. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. There's actually advantages to that. This was a big discussion in like the RWBY fandom. And like it still kind of is to a certain extent, where it's like you've got a protagonist who has a flat character arc. They don't change, but it's everybody around them who changes. I feel like you could do something similar with what Dawnfall's been doing. Where it's like all the side characters kind of go through their own arc. Has it been done well? Absolutely not. I'm 6 episodes in, and it's like it's not really happening. Characters are coming on screen and off screen and dying or changing on a dime without a lot of setup. It feels like an action. It just like feels like an action anime with not a lot of character growth. So in actuality, this is a very B to C tier anime. I'm just nostalgia blind, but at least for me, that's fine. At least for now. You can have, like, how do I put this? Black Rock Shooter's been effectively, what, dead for a decade? And we didn't get all that much. We got more than most. We got an anime. We got an OVA. We got a game. We got a manga. But it feels like it's effectively what we got, which, you know, is a lot. And the game, I think, the game was fantastic. All of the properties were really good. Maybe not the anime as much, but it's fine. It was also really good, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. However, the fact that we're now getting more is exciting. And at least for a first outing, the first outing kind of being a kind of love letter, but something different. We're getting something different. It still feels the same, even if it's not great. I mean, it's a starting point. Yeah, we didn't come out of the gate swinging, but I don't think we needed to come out of the gate swinging on this one. I don't know. Maybe other people have different opinions. I know that some people have like not liked it as much. How do I put this? I don't know. It's been a fun ride, and I've been kind of just enjoying all of the designs and the fights themselves. Like, the choreography doesn't stand out to me as anything absurdly stellar. It just, everything that's happening, as simple as it is, has been cool to watch. Again, I think I'm nostalgia blind. I think that's what it is. I'm more nostalgia blind than anything. But it's still been a ride. And I guess I'll have to collect myself a bit more when we get to like the end. Because I can safely say this is definitely not like anime of the year material or anything. This doesn't get close. Spy X Family has like a better character-driven plot than Dawnfall. By far. If you ask me which was the better character-driven story, I would tell you it was Spy X Family, like, easily. Better than any of the BRS properties. But there's just, I guess, a rule of cool that's there in all of Blackrock Shooter that just is hard to deny. It has a style to it. Oh, I know, the RWBY comparison, where it's like the plot and the characters, the personalities were like whatever. It was the action scenes that everybody came for. I feel like just the BRS aesthetic is what everybody shows up for. That's what we're all here for. Characters, world, and lore aside, it's the tone and the mood that kind of sets everything up. And Dawnfall's captured that pretty well. It's that apocalyptic feeling of, yeah, everything's gone to shit. And everything's super weird. In this slightly uncanny way. You've got the kid with the alien-esque prosthetic arm. You've got the apocalypse feeling. You've got the weird enemy designs, which is, like, hallmark of the game, which is awesome. And then the characters still kind of feel like themselves, even if they're not growing or changing at all. So all the elements are there. I think the mobile game is where we're going to start seeing the pitfalls. Because, holy wow, that just feels like a Blackrock Shooter cash grab. that doesn't feel good. From what I've seen, that just does not... That doesn't feel good. Something about this just, yeah, it doesn't feel right. That's like, Blackrock Shooter feels more like the original design than Dawnfall does. But then every other side character is like, who are you? Why'd you come from something like Arknights? And then why are you in this mobile game? It's so weird. It's so confusing. I do appreciate the effort, though. Like, I will take this over nothing. As much as, like, I'm laughing at it and kind of criticizing it, I will take it over nothing. I was like, let me try and see. There was, like, an initial screenshot that was posted of the initial designs. Yeah, here it is. Bunny 1 unit. Like, I don't know, there's Blackrock Shooter, and then there's, like, immediately a cat girl on the left. And I'm like, who, what? Their weaponry looks like it all belongs in the same universe together. But it's like every other design that's standing next to Blackrock Shooter doesn't feel like it belongs with Blackrock Shooter. And I'm like, what is this? It feels so wrong. I'll admit the BRS design for Fragment looks better. It does look better than Dawnfall, but it's like it's hard to beat Blackrock Shooter's OG design. That's just like, I don't know. It's the OG. It's hard to top that, and Dawnfall just kind of didn't. Not to mention what Blackrock Shooter's been using in Dawnfall. It's been feeling like, who is this? When does the punchline come in? When do we get our cannon back? When do we get our proper cannon back? Because this does not feel right. This feels off. This feels like wrong somehow. We got the discount version. I will say though, they completely redid what Deadmaster does for Dawnfall. Instead of being a scythe-wielding, skull-summoning, chain-wielding badass, we now have a sniper on a bike who's a bit of a yandere. And I'm like, damn, this is different, but I'm actually in for it. It's like, it's so completely different than what we had before. And yet somehow I like it just as much. It's still got that kind of Reaper aspect to it, where it's like, yeah, you're just dead. I hope you liked life, buddy, because that's not where you're at anymore. I think it's along the same veins of like that instant feeling of that Grim Reaper kind of thing, where it's like, you can feel that the imminent end is approaching, and a sniper can have that same kind of vibe to it. Not to mention that bike is just badass, and you cannot convince me otherwise. Whoever came up with that bike, whoever designed that bike for Deadmaster needs a raise. I want to shake hands with this person. That was genius. I completely love what they came up with. Super in love. Strength has just been, I think, the most consistent cast member, though. Perfectly adapted, same character, same style of fighting, same just brutal, in-your-face mentality. There's everything. There's like nothing different about this character, and yet it is the same. Perfectly adapted. Okay, so this is the body sheet. What is all on this sheet here? Can I get the arms just on this sheet? Do I have enough space? I can probably squeeze it. Oh, these are the ears. These shouldn't be here. These need to be elsewhere. Now comes the puzzle game of this whole thing. Trying to avoid dead space. Maximize my pixel usage as much as I can. Actually, what if I flip it around? Do I get more space that way? Not really. I'm working with an oval here. I could cut down the other side of it. But if I don't have to create a seam there, I don't really want to. Okay, the inside and the outside should not be stacked on top of each other. That just should not be a thing. I'm also laying down like the second sheet in advance, so I can just see it all on one and then copy paste it later. And then I should be able to snap these together. the heal. Yeah, I'm not worried about those. Am I unhappy with the amount of pixels something is getting? Yes. I want you to get more.
In the daylight, gonna go fast. Gotta beat the red light, ain't no time lapse. In the nighttime, I'ma keep on racing the shooting stars till the dawn. We could be friends, but I won't team up.
Can't go any lower than that.
Come along and try to keep up. I'm the fastest alive. Ain't no practice if you insist. I'm a liar. How's about you? Watch me now. I'll prove you wrong and
Make the hands a bit smaller. They don't need as... They need some presence, but they don't need a whole ton. Actually, I could maybe move the hands to a different sheet altogether? Maybe. It might not even be necessary. I don't really want to mess with this too much. Can't budge this. I also don't want it to be that close. That can cause bleeding from one piece to another, and that's just gonna be a problem altogether. Shift this piece here. It almost fits. Well, now it does. I've still got empty space over here, though. So what can I do with it? Oops, nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Do I even want that much density on that part specifically? I feel like I could fit something in here. I'm just not sure what. Actually, I can fit that in there and then move this back. I guess I could give a bit more space to the head. And then do that. Could I rotate things like this to fill out the space? And then this is the legs, isn't it? Yeah, this is the legs. I'm worried about this leg a bit more. Yeah, that's supposed to be like that. Okay. Well, there you go. Okay, so that. Looking good so far. How long has it been? I think it's only been like an hour. Despite all of the ranting and whatnot I've been doing so far. It's only been an hour. Oh my goodness. I see him. Now I'm looking at a screenshot of a meme where it's like Pokemon MILF and Pokemon DILF. What the fudge? Alright. Huh, apparently Azure Lane's having a crossover with World of Warships? I might have to look into this now. Sign me up for some more boats. Let's do it. All right, let me go ahead and actually, before I copy, I'm going to go ahead and start combining these together. What the heck? Oh, I see. Wait, what? I'm so confused here. Hang on a sec. Oh, I see. This needs to be flipped. Okay, now that fits better. This will be a really easy merging process. I was mentioning this to Mayan yesterday because we were kind of talking about Diablo Immortal, and there's kind of been a joke that's been going on in my friend groups, like we don't acknowledge the game; it doesn't exist. I'll admit I've been kind of just going along for the meme because it's kind of funny. Where it's like, wait, what doesn't exist? I'm not really a Diablo player. I'm interested to know, like, after a couple days, you know, how does the Diablo community actually take to it? Because we all know how everybody reacted initially. And for good reason. Mobile games have, for the most part, like, they're fun, they can be good, but damn is their monetization, like... Nobody likes mobile game monetization for the most part. It has the stigma. It's, you know, gacha stigma. And even I'm like, yeah, I hate it. Not a fan of FGOs, you know. I'm not a fan of gacha in general. Azure Lane does the best of it. Like, it sucks that there's a gacha at all, but the fact that I think that they make most of their money off of skin purchases, to me, is like, that's fine. I'm okay with this. They can have that. It's honestly fine. I wish more would follow in that kind of model. So I'll be interested to see how the reaction is over time, if it gets better or not. As for me, you'll never catch me making a gacha if I am in charge of a project. Not happening. Forget it. Over my twin-tailed body. Okay, let me go ahead and then move all of this over here, and then I'm going to delete everything else on this map. Put everything back onto the map. There's the body set. We can delete that. And then the face set. Nice! I should straight up do this. Let me copy this over to something. Copy to the head. So I know there's extra space there. And it doesn't need as much. It doesn't need as much density. And then I can go to the face and then remove this. And that just gives maximum face coverage, which will be eventually very, very helpful when I have to start dealing with that kind of thing. Okay, so that's it, basically speaking. So now the question is, how do I want to do this? I could do this in Clip Studio. which would be valid, but I don't think I actually want to. I want to do something else. I want to try something else. I want to do this in Painter. I want to do this in Substance Painter. Because I can texture the model live. Like, I can do it while looking at the whole 3D thing and looking at the 2D texture sheet. It looks like the driver of your GPU is outdated. You should update it for a better experience, since an outdated driver could lead to unexpected behaviors and crashes. Whatever. This is the risk we take. I guess I'm going to be upgrading my graphics driver here pretty soon. Alright, so. Let me go ahead. Edit. Delete by type. History. So now we're mapped. We're mapped. I'm going to do an export now. Not export all. Export selection.
Don't be so like a lemon, take a swig of your pop. Don't let yourself loose, don't make yourself stop. Express yourself, don't make yourself stop. Express yourself, you'll be feeling on top. I don't know how to say this, how to tell you can't resist, boy. When you put
Okay.
on a show, I hit the floor, my legs go jelly.
We're exported. I'm gonna go ahead and lower this.
I'm going coconut, my legs feel like jelly. Getting frisky, boy, talk to
Alright, I'm gonna turn on Substance now. And then I don't want that. I want... Wait, what? Huh. Interesting. Okay. Oh, that's right. I'm selecting a file here. There we go. This is what I want. I hit the wrong button when trying to open up the file. There it is. PBR. I actually don't know. I'll set it to PBR just because that's what I'm used to. I don't think it'll really matter given that we'll only be plugging in a base texture sheet anyway. Like quite literally that's all we're doing. There's no weird like metal sheets for sheen or anything. There's nothing like that. Not with the style that we're going for. It is just quite literally a base color. It's like what Riot does with their models. They just have a base color. That's pretty much it. They hand paint everything. And it's kind of like this, except we're using a shader for the heavy duty stuff. Alright, let's hit OK. Bam! Okay. So that's the head. Okay. So it's only going one texture sheet at a time.
So where did we leave off? The last time I remember it
Actually, hang on. I'm gonna do a quick Google search here.
out in the parking lot.
Importing
Midnight drives on the
multiple
highway. It feels like so long ago. But like yesterday,
Substance Painter.
now we just wanna go back again. And I can't help thinking
Alright. I'm gonna deafen the PC audio here really quick. so I can listen to this tutorial. That told me nothing. Painter can only read one UV set at a time per mesh. On your mesh, do you have multiple UV sets? Painter is essentially looking at a UV 0. If you have multiple UVs, they won't be red. For now, you need to make sure you have a material with a single UV set. You can have multiple mesh layers in the FBX, but each mesh can only have a dedicated material assigned to a single UV set. Oh, I probably didn't export the FBX correctly. Hang on. I didn't do the FBX export correctly. More than likely. That was my first time doing multiple UV maps in one export, so that was bound to be an issue at some point. Okay, let me look at my options here. Oh, jeez, excuse me. Sorry about that. Include geometry smoothing groups, tangents and binormals, selection sets.
We've been going a long time, working day and night. I know that you're tired, checking the calendar, crossing off the days.
This is gonna take another Google search.
It feels like so long ago, but like yesterday too, you know. Now we just wanna go back again, and I can't help thinking about that feeling. Here where we wanna be, different vicinity. Now it's clear we
Okay, hang on. We'll go back to substance.
right here. We can do whatever 'cause you're right here.
Let me try this. Discard changes. Okay.
But like yesterday too, you know. Now we just wanna go back again. And I can't help thinking about
I don't think that worked.
feeling.
Because I can't paint on the tail. Nor the face. I can only do stuff on the head, which is not ideal. Okay. Huh. Ah! No, wait! Don't do that! Well, that wasn't what I intended to do. Whoops. My bad! Okay. dummy. Hang on, let me try something.
We've been going a long time, working day and night. I know that you're tired, tracking the calendar, crossing off the days. Now I'm on my way. It feels like so long ago, but like yesterday too, you know.
Let me try this.
Just wanna go back again, and I can't help thinking about that feeling. Here where we wanna be, different but still a bit. Now it's clear, we can do whatever 'cause you're right here.
Okay, let's try this.
We can do whatever 'cause you're right here.
It did not work. Oh boy.
Do whatever 'cause you're right here. It feels like so long ago, but like yesterday too, you know. Now we just wanna go back again, and I can't help thinking about that feeling. Here where we wanna be, different but still a bit. Now it's clear, we can do whatever 'cause you're right here. Here where we wanna be, different but still a bit. Now it's clear, we can do whatever 'cause you're right here.
What are UDIMs? I'm learning something here. Okay. Time to learn something new, chat. We're learning something new today. Oh, well, okay, this is too much. Okay, never mind. Not learning something new. Just need to figure this out. Okay, alright. it's taking the head as the primary texture sheet. Wait, what? Okay, there we go. I'm effectively just doing this for construction. I'm definitely playing with something a bit weird here and trying to do something very, very, very different. Let me Google something else here. I'm definitely trying to compute and figure this out. It's like, all right, how do I set this up? What am I attempting to do here? What's gonna work best, you know? All right, well, let me try exporting this again and see what happens. do you mean? Oh yeah, nothing is currently selected. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, here we go. Now it's working as it should be. Right? Uh... Yeah, I'm not so sure about this one, Chief. This one's getting a little bit on the sketchy side, if you ask me. All right, so yeah, so I missed every notification that you were streaming. Mayan, how do you miss every notification? There were like 2. To be fair, there were only 2. You've got the broadcast alerts, bro. How'd you? I don't know, man. But welcome. Welcome to my pain. Welcome to I don't understand why nothing is working. Okay. There's gotta be a way to do this. FGO farming, you know what? That's fair. This may just have to be done in Clip Studio. Gotta get that QP mood. That's probably what I'm gonna be doing afterward. Go back to watching while BlackRock Shooter while doing the grind. Okay, I don't understand why it's not switching the texture. It's not doing a great job of switching up texture maps here. We got to do more League later as well. True. It is not wanting to draw on the mask itself. It is only taking from the single map. So the port is destroying my mental when learning Nautilus. Ah, pain. Substance really just doesn't like this. Substance hates this. I don't know why.
So we'll also notice here from the texture set list, we have several texture sets, and here I'm on the body, which does contain the 4 UV tiles, as you can see here in the 2D view. So let's come over here to our layer stack, and I'm going to click this Add Paint Layer button. This is going to create a paintable layer. So I have a brush selected, so now I just come into my 3D view, and I can just start to paint. And you'll notice then, as I start to paint these strokes, I'm able to paint across all of my 3D tiles in a seamless way. So again, here I'm just painting, and you can see that I'm able just to paint across all of these tiles. Now, we can also come over here to our 2D view, and I can start to paint here in the 2D view.
But that's not working for me! It looks awful, honestly. Right now, I'm just trying to get it to work. So, right now, it's split into 3 maps. So I can get it looking good. The problem is, it's not wanting to paint across multiple maps. So, when I try and paint on one of these 2 corner ones, it doesn't want to paint properly. Even if I like try and draw on the body itself, it doesn't want to paint. So I'm just kind of like using a bright red to see what's painting properly and then what isn't. And as it turns out, there's a lot of things that just are not painting properly. So everything on this first one right here paints properly. It paints great. It works fantastically. And for whatever reason now, it's like, now it's working. Now it's like, it's complete. What the fudge? But what is this texture set list thing that they've got? Texture set list. Oh, it's split between textures. Interesting.
Hence the UV tile mask mode. So I'm going to left click on this thumbnail, and this allows me to
Oh, this is probably in like the 2020 version of 2021 version of Substance Painter, meaning I am screwed. Damn. All right, which means I'm effectively going to be doing this the hard way. Okay. Well, we tried, everybody. We sure heckin' tried. All right. Goodbye. Image format, PNG, edge color, black. All right, let's see if this worked. That's not new with you and art. Man, I'm playing with things that I have not worked with before, just to expand my horizons. Okay. Well, that kind of worked and also kind of didn't. Okay, well, that's fine. Set this back over here. And then I'm gonna rename this. Okay. I'm gonna need to look this up, like, a bit more. Try and figure out what is going on here. Expand these nuts! I'm so sorry. Don't be sorry. I walked in with these nuts joke. It's not working. So what version of Substance Painter am I in exactly? It's 6.2.2. Wait, but I should be able to do this. I have the version of Substance Painter that should allow me to do this. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. This should be possible. I thought I didn't have the right version, but I have the version that can do this. This shouldn't be a problem. What am I What am I doing wrong? Okay. So. I need to figure this out. I want to know how to do this because having to cram everything for a character into a single texture sheet or a single UV sheet like what I've got here is dumb and silly. When I should be able to do something like this and just have a much higher resolution in general. But I have no idea how to set it up. Oh geez, I'm gonna deafen PC audio again really quick while I learn about this. I'm gonna take a quick lesson. All right. Let's learn I'm going to learn something. So I'm going to turn this back on. That's not... You're supposed to be seeing Substance Painter here. You're not... You're not seeing Substance Painter, are you? No, you're not. You're seeing the Maya Hyper Shader. That's not... It's not right. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Create a new file. Got it. I can do that. Click a button. Okay. Okay, so in theory, this should work. Control, right click. Okay, nothing's helping me out here. I don't think I set this up properly in Maya. Let me go back a bit. Cause I don't, this isn't. This isn't looking right on my end. In the slightest. So. Okay. No, let me turn just PC audio on.
Giant grid, and you can see we've also got negative numbers past the grid lines.
Then I'm actually going to do a thing. Hang on, give me a sec here. I'm gonna throw this over here. Throw this over here. Sure. I'll do another window capture. We're learning about things. You hear the vid. Yes. That is the point. You're all going to learn along with me. We're learning together now. We're learning about UDIMs together. That's now the goal. We're learning together.
So this is our 0 to 1 here. U, V.
Okay.
But to the right, we've got another grid, and we've got another grid. So UDIMS is basically just making use of all these other grids.
Right.
So why would we want to do that? Why would we not just put everything in one grid? Well, it's because UDIMS basically give you a lot more flexibility, gives you optimization, and it lets you play around with resolution on different tiles. So let's go through the benefits one at a time. First of all, so flexibility.
Yep.
Instead of having to pack everything in here,
Which is annoying.
then I can spread it out. I want everything to be a similar scale in this scene. But this piece here, for example, let's grab this shell. This shell here won't fit into this part of the domain.
No, we'd have to
So I
lower
can scale
the
these down,
texture
sure, but
density
say,
of
for
everything
example,
else.
I know I'm going to be using a 4K texture image or even 2K, then if I scale this down, this is going to get less texture resolution, but I want it to still have quite a lot of this image.
Right.
So I could scale them all down and make the texture bigger. But let's say, for example, I was going with 8K as a default. I wanted this asset was going to be seen really close up. Then the only way to get this with more resolution in 8K image and get it to fit is to scale it down and make it a 16K image. Now, I'm not hugely technical with rendering or how images are loaded in at render time, but I do know if you look at the games industry, for example, they often use just 2K images, but they'll use a lot of 2K images because it's much more efficient than loading in one 4K image. And I know that because I've learned Unreal previously, and I was trying to load in 4K images in there, and it was dying. So instead, you just make more 2K images.
It's a pain in the
why is
butt.
that? That's because
Stick
a 2K,
to 2K.
image, if you go from 2K to 4K, while the number is just doubling, you're actually, because you're doing it on 2 axes, it's 4 times as much information. Because
I will keep in mind, I'm actually looking at, like, I have the texture sheet from Mona for Genshin Impact. 4 of these boxes. So this is a thing, and this is a thing I need to know. And I don't understand it, which is a problem, which is why I'm going through this whole effort right now. I'm learning something today. And it's causing me a pain in the butt, but you know what? There's a first time for everything.
it's 2 times this way and it's 2 times that way. 2 times 2, 4. So you've got 4 times as much data in a 4K image versus a 2K image. And that's as technical as I'm going to go in this video, I swear. Yeah, basically what I can do, instead of trying to squeeze it in here, I can just move it 1 grid over, which I've done. And I've done that for the whole thing. And that way I don't have to scale them down. Another great benefit of UDIMs is you can group stuff. So say, for example, you wanted all your parts that are a specific material, like the top of this camera. They're here in this one UDIM, and I can just grab these now, rather than having to search through a really clustered single tile.
True.
And then in my software, however I'm texturing it, whether that's Substance Painter or Mari, I know that this tile, or this UDIM patch, whatever you want to call it, is one specific material, and that just means that I've got selection groups that I can use in the different pieces of software. So that's a real kind of workflow time saver. Also, UDIMs are just industry standard at this point. I haven't worked at a VFX studio that doesn't use them. So if you
The more you know. I actually didn't know that.
want a job in a VFX studio, you need to learn this pipeline.
Okay.
And the final thing is I can change the resolution of different UDIMs. So what is a UDIM going to do? It's going to give me multiple images. So instead of just one texture image when I'm texturing, I'm going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so on. But this one, say for example, can be 4K, and this one can be 2K. This one could be 512 if I really don't need much resolution there, and then this one could be 8K. Now, usually in a production environment, we wouldn't do this. We'd keep everything consistent, and we would scale just up and down the UVs. But if you wanted to, then that's completely possible with a UDIM workflow, which it wouldn't be with just a single tile. So to recap, because I've done a lot of waffling already so far, what are the benefits of UDIMs? Well, they're more flexible as a workflow for texturing and modeling your UVs. You can change the resolutions per tile. They're an industry standard in the VFX studios. You can use them for selection sets, and they're better optimized for rendering because you don't have to use as large texture images. You can use multiple smaller ones. So
We are
let's
learning
talk about
things today.
actually using UDIMs now. So when I've started texturing this, I've made sure that this square is filled, and then I've moved on to the next one. You need to make sure that nothing sits over the line, because otherwise the UV shells will be in multiple UDIMs or patches. Both those words are kind of interchangeable depending on the software you use, so I might refer to both, but a UDIM or a UV tile or a patch is kind of the same thing. So you need to make sure that if they sit in close, it's the same as normal UVing. They don't ever go over the line. And that's kind of it, really. So UDIMs have their own naming conventions. This, instead of 0 to 1, is 1001. This will be 1002, 1003, 4, 5, so on, until we get right to the end of this grid, which is 1010. Then if you needed any more, you'd go to 1011, 12, 13, 14, so on, 1021, 1022. So I actually didn't know why it started at 1001, and after looking into it, apparently it's just a convention from when they're invented. But also, because you're starting from 1000, all your UV patches are only ever going to have 4 digits, whereas if you started at 1, you'd start with 1 digit, then as soon as you got to 10, you'd have 2 digits. You would potentially have issues when taking it into other pieces of software with the amount of digits changing. This way, you always have 4 digits, and pieces of software like Nuke can read it in as an image sequence, and you can make edits to your UDIMs as if it was just a sequence of images one after another, and it all works because it's only ever 4 digits. So software like Mari uses the same naming conventions, 1001, 1000.
You have to understand, the software that gets used in VFX sometimes can be very unstable. Like, very unstable. You click one wrong button in half of these programs and everything falls apart. So I completely understand why they want to make that from a technical standpoint. That just makes sense to me. Having worked in a lot of software like this, yeah, that just kind of happens. It just kind of happens. I think we all saw it with Maya a couple weeks ago. I was just constantly crashing. I had to step away for a minute and get a macro going. Welcome back, Maya.
2002, 1003, whereas
QP farming
Substance
sucks.
Painter,
Fair.
because it's predominantly from the games industry, it doesn't use such a thing. So there's a bit of a workaround to get UDIMs working in Substance, but we're going to go through that in a minute. So let's get a model with UDIMs load up in Mari, and we'll just go through that really briefly. So here I'm inside of Mari, and I've loaded up a project that I worked on a while ago for the Foundry, which was the material workflow for them. If you want to see that, pop over to Substance and see how it controls UDIMs.
Okay, I don't care about Mari because we're not working with Mari, so.
So now we're inside of Substance, and what I've selected is that camera geo from earlier inside of Maya. And if you've never used UDIMs before, this is exactly how you'll see this dialog when creating a new project. And you can see here we've got this import settings, create a texture set per UDIM tile. So if we're working with UDIMs, this is the way that Substance works with them.
Okay, so let me go ahead and re-export this because I changed the position of one of my tiles. So I'm gonna re-export really quickly. Export selection. But nothing is currently selected. Thanks Maya. Thank you, Maya. It's not telling me how to export though. I feel like you just export the FBX and that's just how it should work. Let me go ahead and turn this off and go back in here. We're gonna create a new file. $2K.
It's a bit of a hack at the moment. Hopefully it'll get better one day, but this you need to do. So we're going to click OK on this. And
select my file, hit OK. Discard all changes. Okay, it's set up for UDIMs. Oh! Wait! It's drawing properly. Are we pogging? Let me go to like a golden aluminum here. Oh shit, we're pogging! Let's go! It works! Let's go! This is exactly what we want. Okay, alright, we're back in business. We don't have to do BS Clip Studio stuff. Okay, so keep in mind, I'm only making a base color sheet, so all of this like extra shiny bits are completely pointless because it's just gonna be a base color. But being able to paint this in 3D is gonna be so much easier for me, visually speaking, than just working in Clip Studio. So, that being said, I am so glad this works. I think getting out of that negative value, not going one map down, but instead going to 1003 instead of whatever this was down here, is what fixed it. Okay, I can turn the music back on. We're good. All right, cool. So I'm just happy. I'm so happy. I'm happy. I'm so happy. This is working now. Okay, so yeah, we can see the UV tiles now. It's showing up as it should on the right over here. All right. Well, let's go ahead and do this. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up. Actually, I'm gonna open Clip Studio up on my other monitor here, and I'm gonna open up the reference sheet. Open in Paint, please. Actually, let me do my Clip Studio login also really quick, so I don't forget to do that. Gotta get that Clippy. Get the good Clip Studio brushes for illustrations later. I'm excited. I'm so excited. Okay. I'll move this over. I'm actually going to close Maya so I don't drain my system's resources here. I don't want multiple of these programs running if I can avoid it. And then I should probably also close out of BlueStacks. Open up my task manager. Make sure I'm not dying. I'm amazed my GPU can handle this. My memory's at 50%. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. It's mostly Chrome though. It's okay. No, it's Chrome and Substance Painter. Yeah, the painted part doesn't surprise me. Oh boy, the one program I actually haven't opened at all is ZBrush. ZBrush really isn't all that important for me in my workflow currently, at least, because I'm not working in normal maps. So I don't need like super high resolution anything. Okay, so I don't really care about materials all that much. So I can take whatever material I really want here. Take your pick. Something that's not going to cause a lot of issues in base color, I think. So a good plastic material will do just fine. Oh, I've done a weird thing with like alphas at this point. Let's delete this layer and we'll just create a new one. Because if I set this to base color, yeah, it's gonna be just fine. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and leave it on material just because that's a bit more pleasant to look at. But again, all we care about is the base color. We don't really care about anything else. Any kind of like metallic shading has to be done by hand. That has to be painted in. To be honest, if we get to that level of detail, I'll probably convert to Clip Studio. This is kind of just for the basics of it. Because at that point, I can export the base textures, plug them into Clip Studio, paint them, re-export them, plug them back into Substance, and I can go back and forth pretty easily. So from here, the technical side, I think, is kind of getting put away. Easy enough. Now, where's my color alter? Do not actually mess with metallic or roughness. The uniform color. Can I go to another window with this? I can. Let's go. This is tough because like it's already kind of plain. All right, let me do this. Let me do this actually. Let me delete this, do this, and then I'm actually going to do a steel. Actually, wait. Create a fill layer. Of aluminum. That's this weird greenish color because I'm not using a green at all. So what if I do it to a red? Ooh, like a bright red. Now let's tone it down. Let's darken it. Desaturate it a little bit. I don't want it to be unpleasant to look at, but basically something that'll let me go, yeah. Oh, gosh darn it. Let me know what I've painted or not, because the base material kind of sucks for that. Because then if I go to base color over here, everything just shows up as red. And then actually, I'm going to do polygon fill. Because that's easier to manipulate. And I'm kind of working in big pieces right now. I'm working in bigger chunks. So rather than a messy paintbrush, this will just be faster. Again, it looks... Don't mind the metallicness of it. That's not going to be relevant. I'm just using materials because it's funny. As long as the color is right in my color wheel, everything else doesn't matter. which I think is cool. It opens up opportunities just for like really, really silly stuff. Like it looks like she's made out of metal. Okay, the hand painting at this point is gonna get a little bit weird. Where is this? Where is this? Where is this? I need to know where this is. This is probably over here, yeah? Yeah. It goes all the way down the arm. I'm gonna say from right here. And then, yeah, I'll do the same thing on this end as well. And then I'll hand paint that to be what it's supposed to be along the way. Because the rest of that skin. The mask is all that. Same for the back of the head? No, the back of the head actually would be skin. So I'm not actually going to touch that. And then the rest of the dress, which would be all of this. That's the outside. Where's the inside? The inside's over here. No. Got it. Don't let this get messy, Twintail. Do not let this get messy. Whatever you hecking do not let this get messy. It's gonna turn on you so fast. Okay. Basically all of the dress. Basically it for all of the lighter sections, so I'll have to come back with color later. But let's go ahead and switch to a blue. Well, actually, what am I doing? I have a color picker for this. I can grab the exact oh no. You're kidding. Oh, that sucks. I have errored. That's a pretty big error on my part. Look at that. That's a goof. That's a goof and a half. That's a pretty significant one too. Because I can't get around that. Okay, hang on. Let me see if I can update this. Well, I guess I need to reopen Maya. That's I can't believe I didn't see that. That sucks. Maybe I can re-import the model? Probably not. I'll probably have to do this. Well, I mean, better we catch it now than super deep into the project, so. It is what it is. Silly me. It's okay. We're still going with the flow. Oops, no, I don't want the FBX Painter export. What am I doing? Oh, I'm in the Devil project. No, I don't want that. We're not working on Data Live stuff right now. I still need to go back and finish that, actually. No, wait, it's all done. It just needs to be rigged and animated. That's right. The model is all technically made. It just needs to be rigged with cool animations. That's all that needs to happen. I don't know when I'm going to do that, but I should do that at some point. Maybe I'll do a weird, like, hybrid thing where I use this model with the weapon. It'd be so stupid. Or maybe I'll just have the characters in act. I'm coming up with dumb ideas. I need to stop. I need to focus. Okay, go back into my UV sheet. I'm dorking out over this. All right, UV shell. Actually gonna do a full rotate over this way. And then I need to find a new spot for the hand. Does that work? I can go up a little bit more though. Yeah, that works. Okay. Well, time to re-export again. I'm a silly fool. All right, now does it? It's not gonna auto update, is it? I have to re-import. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Sag. All right, it's fine. I know it'll work this time. That's the thing. I know it's gonna work this time. So I'm not worried about it. All right, let's do this again. No, wait, that's supposed to be skin. But I didn't want the bottom part of that arms. That's the upper part. Well, it feels better now that we're kind of off the ground and we're rolling. Oh, right. That piece as well. This whole thing right here. Oops. Nope. Don't include. Actually, well, kind of include the tail. I'm gonna have to muddy that up, make it seem more like fur, but. And then. This whole piece right here. Let me go ahead and just label this. Name your layers, kids. Name your layers. It's very important. Even when you're working in Substance and in 3D in general. Name your layers. It's all important. Actually, I forgot this piece up here last time. I don't want to leave this red. That's gonna come back to haunt me if I do that. All right. Well, that's unfortunate. I got a couple of spots of skin. Ah, and I can't really erase. Oh, wait, UV chunk fill. No! Bad! Okay, whatever. I'll paint over it on another layer. That's fine. So many skins. Whatever, we'll use the back, I guess. Anyone got a thing for backs? Wait, why isn't it arcing suddenly? Hello? Odd. Odd. Very odd. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter because again, we only care about the base color, so I'm not really worried about this. No, don't start filling in pieces of the mask. I probably should have actually, instead of separating this by like which part, separate it by like major material. That probably would have been a better choice, but live and learn. Did I just do this on the dress layer? Oh my gosh, I did. Back the fudge up. No, 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 no. That's not okay. That's not gonna fly. That is not how we roll around here. We are doing this by the correct layer. No exceptions. Okay. Okay. Get the blue back out. Actually, wait a minute. I'll do this by entire UV fill. That'll be easier. Nothing over here needs it. Part of the leg does, though. Okay, well, now we go into the individual parts. Because of the heckin' boots. Alright, where are these legs? And how far up do they go? I am working on the wrong leg first. Do the other leg first. This isn't gonna work. I can't shift click on a row of UV pieces. That's not how that functions. Let's go up another 2, I think. I feel like that's one more. Okay, fine. 2 technically. Wait, what? Okay, this gets messy. This point gets messy. I'm gonna have to. All right, we're doing it by hand. However, it's really fuzzy, which is not what I want. That is way too fuzzy. Okay. Hang on, this is being a bit on the odd end. Uniform color. There, thank you. Hardness. 100%, please. Actually, I need my tablet for this. Otherwise, it's gonna do weird stuff. I'm gonna bust out the tablet. It's still doing weird stuff like this. Oddly enough. It's also wanting to bleed through into the dress, which is kind of bizarre. White mask. Ah, I didn't mean to spin. No spinning. All right, okay, it's 1. Fudge. I don't want the ambient occlusion. No, I want the base color, please. Thank you. Okay, now this is the weird thing, though. The tablet is not working. Oh, that would be why. No, it's still not working. Oh, it works for this. Oh, now it's working. But I want the, where's the hardness is at 100%, please. This is not going to be, this is not intended to be smooth. Okay, so now I've got blue showing up on the dress. Which I don't want. That is bleeding on the edges. What is going on? Why is it red? Oh, it's because I was using an eraser tool. I'm gonna bet that's caused some bleeding effects. Yeah, it kind of has, hasn't it? This is the one thing with Substance Painter. It likes to get a little weird. That's fine, though. Because I can do this. And just tell it, no, you don't actually get to do any of that. That's not okay. That's not cool, man. But if you just, like, didn't do that. Nope. There we go. And bam! Look at that! Although we've got one polygon here that's going a little bit on the rogue side. Everything else seems to be going quite well. This outer circle. Heck yeah. Okay. I love it when a plan comes together. Oops, nope, not on the mask. Thank you. Alright, back to base color. Right. So I kind of had to fudge this a fair bit. Yeah, that works. That went smoother than the first time, at least. What the fudge is going on? Let me save before something else comes wrong here. Now that we're already this deep in. Okay, there we go. It's just this like little bleeding of white. I can't seem to get rid of. That's weird. Don't know why it's there. It doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand. I can correct it in the texture sheet. I can correct it in the texture sheet. Alright, when it's just a Clip Studio, I can fix it. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not gonna freak the flip out. Well, this is how things look at the moment. Give me a second, I'm stretching. Oh boy. Trying to think of like now, how do I wish to proceed from here? And now is I think when I really need to look at my okay, well. I need to look at my reference and see what I'm going to be looking for here. Da-da-da. Okay. There's a lot of just weird color variation that's also happening in here. I think I need to think smaller. It's coming out bigger than I think it is. Think smaller. This is not wanting to paint very well, like, at all. Like, this is straight up not wanting to paint very well. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do at this point, because we kind of got the basics down. It's gonna come down to a lot of smaller details, but I don't think Substance Painter is gonna give us the fine control we want. So I'm gonna export textures. I'm gonna change my output directory, and then I'm gonna go to Clip Studio after all. Because pain, apparently. But this should help at least get the basics down. Documents, not 3D resources. Wait, what? Oh. Select that folder. Yes. 18 textures. Oh, I see. Okay, there we go. And then export. Did it export? I'm getting a lot of yellow text at the bottom here. Substance, I swear, if you're messing with me here, this is not the time. Oh, no, it exported. Okay. Never mind, we're good. Just the normal occlusion, metallic roughness maps. I mean, all of these are completely unnecessary. All we need is the base color. Okay, cool. So, yeah, that's good. That's good. That's fine. Nope, we're good. We can close. We can hit save. We can exit out of this. Let me move this over. Okay, so we're gonna create 2048 by 2048. Okay, now the other thing that we need are UV snapshots, because I can't tell where everything is just based on that base color alone. So I'm gonna take a second, snap some pictures, kind of get everything set up that I'm gonna need here. Okay, that is not what I had in mind at all. Nope. That did not go according to plan. Not at all. There we go. That's much better. Okay. Okay, so you. You're all irrelevant. Get out of here. You are a duplicate. I won't import you. Okay. Okay. Let me go ahead and turn off, or I guess close out of Maya here. All right, we're back. So I'm gonna organize this by 1001, 1002, and 1003. That belongs in 1003. That also belongs in 1003. That is the mask. Oh wait, that's 1002 actually. Whoops. 1003 is this one. Which if I line things up with the UVs, is it you? That is 1003. Let's put these two in the domain of 1001. All right. So now we go through the painstaking process of fixing up our base color maps, which, you know, we're going to turn from this to something a bit more on the beautiful side. So I'm going to do this in layers as always. Go. Make it a little later for tail adjustment. And then I'm going to grab my base colors and let's get to work. Because now I've got access to all of my fancy pens. That's going to help me create a very nice base texture. And now I guess now we're just back into illustration at this point. But once this is done, we'll go start on rigging. But this, in theory, should be the easy part. Oops, wait a minute. Whew. Well, then what a ride this has been. Today's been a ride and a half, hasn't it? Just all of these cool things to learn and discover. I don't know. I've had a great time today, just kind of learning, exploring, understanding, you know, what's possible. I'm gonna turn down the UV map here. And I'm actually gonna go ahead and hit the blend on this, on the base sheet, as this has just been, it's causing weirdness. And the music has stopped. I wish to know why the music has stopped. What happened to the tones, man?
Screw the haters, I don't care. It might be different, I might be unaware. All that matters to me is that you're always there. You let me in your world and show me that you
I want my motivational tunes. This is a remnant that needs to get toasted. Okay. Well, you can tell that that's a tail and a half. Mwah. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pull out a multiply layer here. Actually, I don't know which is top and which is bottom. Huh. Actually, I suppose that's going to be handled by Hater, so I don't want to worry about that too much. Right now, I'm mostly worried about just creating a slight alteration to the fur. Kind of like, I guess, a gradient, you could say. Okay. This is probably going to come down to a lot of trial and error and back and forth. I was looking for something. What was I looking for? Oh yeah, I was looking for my own 3D reference sheet. That's actually, wait, that's the centerpiece though. It's like, that's for the belt. I need to open up Maya again. I need to keep track of where I put everything. I'm just like, where is this? Now let me move Clip Studio up above the other layers here. Okay, and then open up the UV sheets. Oh, that's fun. So I've actually got a bit of a hard limit here. Well, nuts. So I found out that I can only go well, no, it would go underneath too. More than likely. So realistically speaking, I just need everything in these two rows. I'm making the UVs work for me, not the other way around. It's not all that evil. All right. Select, expand. Sure, by 4 pixels. Why not? Oh, I should not be on the fur brush, though. I want to be on the G pen for this. Okay, so that should handle that. Now comes the chest area, which is going to be a very, very interesting project. This may require finagling in Substance Painter. But we're going to give this a shot. I had a reference on my desktop here. There it is. Pull that up so I know what I'm doing here. Actually, here, let me do this by circle. Eraser this away. And then I'm actually going to select, expand, 10 pixels. Okay, I should have done it like 15, but that's fine. Remove that. Make another layer. And then kind of paint away the harshness of it. And this will probably take some finagling and substance to make it work perfectly, but texturing this is probably going to be a multi-week process. Now that I think about it, I might actually dedicate my Thursdays to this as well. Put the bear image on the back foot while I work on this. Oh, right. Be careful about how I select things like that. Burp. Where is it? 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 Okay, it's on that edge. I'm gonna guess on the other edge of the dress as well. Okay. Nope, stop. I mean to hit the X button. The X button! And this will, again, probably take finagling within Substance to get perfect. A lot of back and forth. Substance isn't exactly the best program, but it'll help me get like the scale on the 3D, get everything smoothed out, even, kind of workable from there.
My
that out. Okay. Just ignore that happens. Nothing ever happened there. All right. Okay, so now, interestingly enough, I wonder if I can just do a bit of a copy paste here. I'm gonna have to up resolution on this, but I don't have the lines with this. Yeah, this is definitely gonna need to get upped in its resolution. Also, I need to keep in mind that the outer set of faces is technically not the face, it's the chin and the upper head. So that is probably the best spot for it. Let me just double check that here. This set of faces would be it. Ah, I just minimized Clip Studio. What am I doing? That's actually too big. Okay, that's where it would sit. I'm probably gonna have to use like a more straight line, but I'm kind of sketching this out at the moment, just kind of reviewing and emboldening. Like, all right, what goes where? This mask will be nothing if not consistent. Gosh darn it! I'm gonna want to actually plug this into Maya as soon as like or I guess back into Substance really. Because I'm not sure how Maya's gonna like this, but we'll plug this into Substance and see how it likes it. Ah, no, don't Rainbow. Yeah, let's do this. Okay, so that's... Oops. Wait, where's the... Oh, there it is. So that's in theory how it's gonna look. Which, yeah. Yeah, that just tracks. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. I'm gonna make a new layer. I'm gonna call it Mask Break. And then I'm gonna grab a straight line tool. As well, cracks would not normally be this uneven. This is a deliberate... This is something done deliberately. Even if the story ends up being, you know, that these things get created by, you know, whatever technique, they are unnaturally straight. They're meant to be off-putting slightly. I'm just like, this shouldn't be like this. They're not like creepy, but like this is weird. Because let's be real, this isn't exactly what I would call creepy. Doesn't exactly tick that box in any sort of meaningful way. Might actually add just a couple more like small details like this. Just because we've got him up in this one corner but nowhere else, which I think is a darn shame. Add more of these little cracks. They're cool. I like them. I think they're neat. They're super neat. They'll probably end up stretching in weird ways, but you know what? That's for us to fix when we find them. We can turn off that at this point. And then I can do that. Oops, wait. There we go. And then it's completely dictated by where the mask is now. Nice! Alright, big ol' stretch again. Let's add a couple more of those weird breaks. Alright. Let me go ahead and go to my... start saving this as well. I'll have to rename everything with proper naming conventions later, but for now it's fine. Okay, so what about here? Turn that off. So what needs to happen here? Well, we've got portions of the leg. Huh. Dear oh dear me. Okay. So it would seem I am relegated to a couple of faces here. That don't get a lot of density. Okay, well, we don't have all that long left. I'm gonna go ahead and start export. I think the big one, honestly, is the big two. Well, the first one is the mask. So export PNG. Override U. And then override 1003 as well. And then let's go ahead and reopen Substance Painter. Yes. I'm aware that my GPU is considered outdated by your standards. I said Substance Painter. Thank you. Substance Painter. Don't immediately default to Maya. Actually, I can just go to recent files here. Yeah, here we go. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and import not from you. Two and three. It's undefined. Texture, please. What the flip is going on? No, I don't want a folder. Okay. Okay, that's just not gonna work. Okay, we're gonna put a halt on that one.
So where did we leave off? Last time I remember it was late December, sitting out in the parking lot, taking midnight drives on the empty highway. It feels like so long ago, but like yesterday too, you know. Now we just wanna go back again, and I can't help thinking about that feeling. Here where we wanna be, different vicinity. Now it's clear we can do whatever 'cause you're right here. We can do whatever 'cause you're right here. We can do whatever.
Holy fudge, I'm doing all sorts of wacky stuff. Huh.
Crossing off the days, now I'm on my way. It feels like so long ago. But
Okay, hang on. I'm learning something new.
And this let's take we have of this UV. So instead hand
It feels like so long ago, but like yesterday too, you know. Now we just wanna go back again, and I can't help thinking about that feeling.
I don't understand. Okay, there we go. Not entirely sure how I managed to pull that off, but I did. And how does it look? Well, let me set it to base color. Okay, that needs to be offset a little bit. I actually need to bring the hold down a bit. However, that being said, it's a good starting point. I will need to figure out what I'm going to do about the hole. And how I'm going to get that to work, because I want it, it's like, I don't know if I want it to interact with lights. So how can I fix that? I'll figure it out. But it is coming together. And you can kind of see it starting to come together, which is really exciting. We're getting there. We're getting there, and we're getting there a piece at a time. And that's just like, can we just appreciate this for a sec? Like, how far have we come? From where we started to where we are now. This is gonna be fun. I got a feeling this is gonna be fun. There's definitely more work to do just about everywhere. But we're getting there. I'm gonna go ahead and take a... Can I set up the sky here? Viewport. Window. Can I look at the skybox, please? Holy crap. Environment opacity. Turn it on. Heck yes. Okay, I need to get the side piece painted black as well. Whoops. Forgot about that part. It's fine though. All right. But hey, I mean, we're doing good so far. I think I'm going to break for today. I need to get set up for D&D. Probably take care of some other related items. But a productive 3 hours. And I think I'm going to continue working on this throughout the week. Because this is, at this point, is becoming a very interesting texture project. Lots to learn. Lots to figure out. Lots to do. And it's like I can see that light at the end of the tunnel where it's like, yeah. She's gonna move soon. Wait a minute. Oh no! The hole isn't low enough. Oh, like, wait a minute. Wasn't there a painted hole? There was. It's too high. I need to drop it down. Let me add that to the notes. All right, anyway, who are we going to raid tonight? Oh my goodness. This is looking so good. Wait a minute. Why? Oh my goodness. It's looking... Okay, there's some model softening that needs to happen as well. This is still breaking. And it shouldn't. So who's live? Captain Cube. I was playing drawing Pokemon from memory? Heck yeah. Daishima's also live though. Doing some chatting. I think we're gonna send things over to Daishima. I like continue to slowly perish. But anyway, everybody, thanks for watching this. I'm having a blast. Like, learning all this stuff about all the UV maps and whatnot, this has been super cool, and it's gonna be super helpful. And again, I'm excited to see where this goes and how this will turn out, because it's looking pretty cool so far. So yeah, take care of yourselves. Love each other. Big hearts for all of you. Freestyle raid message. Nothing uniform. Just send kindness Daishima's way. That's all I ask. And yeah, take care of yourselves, everybody.